rise, please. Court is now in session. Please be seated.
Most conflict journalism asks, what happened? I started asking a different question. Why does it keep happening? More specifically, who benefits when it does? And who is left to live inside it? Without accountability, without a verdict, sometimes without even a name for what was done to them. My name is Vinayak. I'm the founder of Pax Politica, an independent documentary journalism platform asking questions about peace and justice across post-conflict societies. I grew up in India, in a country where the distance between history and the present day is not very large. Where events that happened decades ago are still being lived inside by people who are yet to receive answers. No acknowledgement, no reckoning. I grew up understanding that silence about the past is not neutral. It is a political choice, and someone is always making it. As a child, my exposure to the world of media and cinema was shaped and curated by my mother's own passion for filmmaking and storytelling, caught between Mumbai's glittering skyline and dark underbelly. Studying anthropology at a time when news cycles were besieged with reports of protest movements and demonstrations from across West Asia, dubbed collectively as the Arab Spring, was no doubt unique, disturbingly so. I pursued my higher education in France, where, among other topics, I studied the intersection of conflict and media. I shared spaces with people from Lebanon, Rwanda, Burundi, Gabon, Nepal, Venezuela, Colombia, and many more. People who had come to develop a better understanding about a world that was failing at understanding them. That experience did not make me an optimist, but it made me precise. It made me think, why does peace fail? And the stories we tell about conflict, do they help such failures along or push back against them? Years later, I asked myself, what would it look like to apply that question here? Not in a university, in journalism, in documentary work, in public. We're not building a news channel. It's not advocacy. And it's absolutely not trauma tourism. Every series we make, every interview we feature, is built around a structural question. What systemic failures are made visible by a community's experiences? The individual stories matter, but they matter as evidence. Evidence of what peace actually requires. Not the mere signing of agreements, but the repair of the conditions that made violence possible in the first place. We call it case study journalism, where a community's testimonies are anchored to documented structural failure. Pax Politica is entirely independent. No editorial line handed down by an advertiser or an algorithm. Because the stories we cover are exactly the ones that corporate and state media have the least incentive to tell well. Stories where the institutions that failed people are also the institutions that fund the coverage or control access to it. This platform has a Global South orientation. Our work is rooted in India and extends wherever accountability has been deferred and communities have been asked to absorb a violence that was never officially named. If you believe that journalism has a responsibility not just to report injustice, but to make it structurally legible, this channel is for you. Subscribe, watch our work. And if you want to go further, support the platform directly. Every piece of independent journalism that survives without compromise is a proof of concept that this kind of work is possible. Somewhere, right now, a community is carrying a legacy of violence that has no official name. That is where we will be.